Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is December the 18th, 2023, and today the topic is gratefulness. Good morning and happy Monday, everybody. Yes, it is Monday, and we are a week away from Christmas. And if I'm not mistaken, we're 2 weeks away from the new year, y'all. So yes. So much to be grateful for. To be honest with you guys, I know again it's later than I usually would record, things of that nature, but I almost didn't go live. I almost didn't think I had a juice, things like that. I mean, because I woke up this morning and there was a lot of different things on my heart and mind. I was looking up the time that I woke up last night and just so many different things. And all of that was good in its own way, but it wasn't really just standing out to me to discuss for today. So I'm like, is it time for me to take a break? Things like that. Cause I have not really taken a break all year. I think I might have took like one day to not do the juice. When it was quote unquote scheduled to do so. But I mean, at some point I just pretty much just started thinking about, 2023 and how I proclaimed last year around this time that it's going to be abundance 2023, and that has definitely happened in more ways than one. And so I have a lot to be thankful and grateful for. I know those of you all that follow me on social media, you may already know the different amazing things that has happened over the weekend, for example. um and if I give you guys a quick recap, y'all know that Saturday we had a special episode of The Juice featuring my mother. So again, shout out to my mom, Evangelist Evelyn and Adam Sims O'Neill, for joining us again on the GSL platform. Um, Again, like I told you guys last on Saturday or in the last episode, it was her second appearance on GSL, first appearance for The Juice. She also visited the GSL talk show not long ago. So you guys can scroll back and find that episode and whatnot, and learn more about my mom and her endeavors and things like that. But yeah. So that was awesome. And then I guess the things that you guys didn't know about was that your girl was booked on Saturday to do an event. So I did the event. I got a chance to see one of my homegirls as well, who has been such a encouraging individual. She's been supportive and whatnot as well. And so um, I think I told you guys that I've been doing some giveaways and whatnot, but I haven't necessarily been sharing with you guys the information regarding that. But well, with this particular lady, she's always going to be promoting. So at some point, I'm pretty sure you guys going to see. I mean, she already shared about it, but you're going to probably see the videos and whatnot she made, because she was like, I need to do an unboxing video and things like that. So you guys are going to find out. And I just hope that I still got a few more to give. So I'm hoping that the people that I have aren't tuning into The Juice, but we'll see. Some may or may not know, but I have given majority of them. So I guess I'll let y'all know that basically, long story short, one of the amazing blessings that I have received this year is the ability to launch a new brand. And that brand is my shoe brand that's called Littlefoot. And basically, I just felt led to not only invest in myself, right? To invest in, again, the brand that God has allowed me to launch, but also to give back to some worthy women that I feel like have been, again, they have been there, they've been supportive, they've been friends, they've been, just amazing women. And so one of my designs is called Black Girl Magic. Again, I got a whole video about this, y'all. So again, if you are not a Black woman, if you're some other race, for example, and you want to support, by all means, don't feel excluded just because the shoe is called Black Girl Magic. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I guess in some ways it was inspired by Black women in particular, because at that time when I designed them, I was doing a lot of work with other Black women and we were all collaborating and it was a beautiful thing. And then I just was inspired by the phrase Black Girl Magic and everything like that. But I want everybody to feel comfortable in regards to women because the shoes are designed for women right now. I don't have any men designs out at the moment, but I want any woman to feel, welcome and worthy to wear the shoes. So don't be discouraged if you see them and you like them and you're like, oh, well, they're Black or Magic, things like that. Anyway, that's beside the point. Basically, what I'm saying is that, long story short, I've been doing giveaways of those that design. So I've been giving that design away to, again, these women that have been intricate in my life and things like that, such as the lady that I was working with / who hired me to come to the event that I was doing on Saturday. And so yeah, so look, it's a little foot Christmas. Y'all probably see the post saying that, but that's why I'm saying it, because yeah, I've been giving these shoes away as gifts. But yeah, so that's one thing that happened over the weekend. And not only that, while I was there doing the event, there were several ladies in particular, I would say, yeah, they were all women that supported. They were several people that were supporting, buying my books, buying the juice lip gloss and things of that nature. I even had a couple of people that, wanted to brave their way through the juice lipstick, you know what I mean? Because again, I know it's orange and I know it's a wild color, but I had 2 women that were bold enough to want the lipstick and whatnot as well. And so, I'm grateful, man. I'm so thankful and grateful for everything that the Lord has done, again, with me, for me, and through me. I might take some time in the after show and talk to you guys about like what all God has done this year. Even though if you follow the juice, you probably already know, because again, I've already, I pretty much shouted out everything that the Lord has done, again, with me, for me, and through me. But I might just take some time and do that today, because I was thinking about making a list and just to remember. But I mean, this is something like a diary in a way, because I'm always telling you guys what's going on in my life and things like that for the most part. And so, for those that tune in live, I guess that'll be a little extra something to see. If you care about the things that God has done, again, with me, for me, and through me, then stay tuned, because I might go through what this year looked like for me and why I'm so grateful, right? Speaking of Littlefoot as well, is there anything else to share about Saturday? I'm trying to think. I think that was it. That I did that event. My dad's side of the family got together for Christmas, but I didn't get a chance to, experience that entire event. I just came after my event that I was working to, pick up NJ and whatnot so we could be on the way back home. But yeah, that's pretty much what Saturday looked like. Sunday was nice as well. They had the Christmas event at Mountain West, something that would usually take place on like the Christmas Eve. So they had like special Christmas music and things of that nature for service and whatnot. I did get a chance to sit in the service. My husband came as well, so we both sat in the third service and everything like that. I ended up leaving NJ, so he didn't come with me for all 3 services because he seemed like he was super tired. Like when I got ready to go, he was like sitting on the couch sleep. He didn't even have socks and shoes on. So I was like, you know what, kid, go ahead and get your rest. So I left out. I was like, if you're coming, you can just bring him whenever you come and whatnot. And so they came and everything. We ended up all being kind of dressed alike. So we took this really cute picture and whatnot. Again, if you follow me on social media, you may have already seen it. And yeah, man, and I'm grateful for that. I tell my husband all the time, anytime he comes with us to church, I am thankful for that because, again, I do feel like it's important for our son to see him at church, right? And I do feel like it's important for him in his spiritual growth as well. And me knowing, for example, that last year, it was just me and NJ taking Christmas pictures and whatnot at the church, to this year it's my husband and I and our son, we're all together. That's growth. You know what I'm saying? That's another amazing thing that God has done this year. And I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful to my husband for being willing, right, to set aside his comfort, set aside like things that he wants to do, and whatnot, to sacrifice that time right with us. And then we went out to lunch afterwards, something I've been wanting us to do, to go to this little cute piece of joint that's in the Stone Mountain area. So we went there and had lunch and whatnot, and came on back home. And then he got back to his task and tunnel vision, and focusing on software development and things of that nature. And I went to sleep and I woke back up around 8 something. And like I said, I made a note of that as well. But anyway, so let's get back to what again brought me to gratefulness. Again, I told you already that at some point this morning, after I went through everything and just was thinking about like all these different other topics to talk about, ultimately I just thought about how grateful I am, right? Oh yeah, one more thing to be thankful and grateful for is that Littlefoot, my shoe brand, has been featured in Vanity Fair. It's official now. They sent the screenshots of the ads and whatnot that was put on the Vanity Fair online magazine. And so, and even people at church was like stopping me and saying, "Hey, you're famous with the shoes," and whatnot and stuff like that. And so obviously, again, the investment in myself is, paying off, to the fact that, people are hearing more about the brand. And then again, even with being able to give the gifts and whatnot, that's an amazing thing as well. So God is good, man. At the end of the day, I truly, truly can't complain. Like, sure, there are things in my life that I feel could be better, right? Sure, there are things that, I would like to see and things like that. There's still goals to reach. There's still things to do. But I'm just so grateful for what God has done, to the point where it's like, I mean, well, one, it inspired this conversation today. And then two, it's just like, but I guess here's the Pope. I guess about this conversation, because even though, yeah, I know that God has done so many phenomenal things for me this year, and like I said, I'm gonna take some time in the after show to go through that, right? If the Lord leads me to go ahead and do that. But even in spite of all the things, right, I have to just be grateful for the simple things, right? I'm alive. I'm breathing. I have food to eat. I have shelter. I have clothing, and then on top of those things, God has given me the desires of my heart. He allows me to create. He allows me to get up in the morning and share his words and things of that nature. So honestly, the quote unquote things that he has blessed me with this year are just like icing on the cake that has already been baked and prepared, again, the basic things. And so again, as we sit here and talk about gratefulness today, of course, yeah, let's be grateful for the huge and amazing, beautiful things that God has done. But at the same time, like, can we just be grateful for life? Speaking of that, I mean, I know yesterday I got a chance to teach 2 of the gatherings, and I asked the children what they felt like was God's greatest gift to us. And, some of them had life as their answer. And although that's a great answer, we know that Christ is the greatest gift to us. But even with that, like, for even the children to recognize life being a great gift is a beautiful thing, and I think it's something that we as adults tend to forget, maybe we look down on our life. Maybe we don't think about, again, the simple things that God has done, and things of that nature. So gratefulness, y'all, do you have it? If you don't have it, I mean, I hope that I've already encouraged you and inspired you to look at your life and understand that, hey, you have a lot to be grateful for. I feel like the pastor mentioned that yesterday in his sermon, that again, if you are breathing, you have a lot to be thankful for. And so with that being said, let's talk about gratefulness. I mean, I did come across the definition. I only wrote part of it down. What stood out to me in the definition that I saw this morning said warm and deep appreciation for kindness received. I mean, look, just kindness from the Lord is, again, something to be grateful for. Again, we know what Christ has done, has given us this free access to the Lord. that just goes beyond our understanding, right? It goes beyond any idea of quote unquote justice. I know at some point this morning I was thinking that I was going to kind of touch on this concept of selling our souls, because you hear this a lot, that people are like, oh, I sold my soul to the devil and things like that. And I did go deeper and check out, there was an article on godquestions.org centered around that. But that might be another conversation for another day. But the thing is, I think as I was reading it, um it just was a reminder that basically that God is just like, well, one, that we can't sell our soul to the devil. Technically we're already on track with the devil. What we can do is again focus on the benefit and the things that God is offering us, because at the end of the day, that is the way to freedom, life, and look life more abundantly and things of that nature. So you guys can go read the article for yourself if you feel led to do so. If the Lord, y'all will find out whenever the Lord has me talk about that in particular. But I don't know, it's just something I came across this morning that coincided in a little bit. So I wanted to go ahead and share that. Let me go ahead and share some verses now. Here we go. 1 Thessalonians 5:18. It says, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. As I was writing this verse down this morning, I was thinking like, if God didn't do any of the things he did for me this year, would I still be grateful? I would like to think and hope that I would be. Because again, I didn't have any of the things that I had this year, last year. And I felt like I was still in a good, grateful place. So, who knows? But I know that it's difficult, right? If you do feel like you're in a place where maybe you're in a low season, maybe you feel like, Miracle, you out here thriving, you out here, building businesses, you out here doing this and that and the other, and I'm not doing that. I don't have that. You got your husband, you got your child, you got, I get it. I've been there, y'all. Again, I wrote all about it in the cultivation period, a single Christian journey. And that is something that, again, that inspired the whole book and movement, because looking at someone else's life and thinking, man, I don't have that. Or maybe you want whatever it is, right? And so maybe you're looking at me like, oh, it's easy for you to be grateful and thankful for your life because you got everything you wanted. And I get it. I felt that way. I definitely recall telling my mentor at some point, when she was telling me about all the great things about me and not being a single woman, X, Y, and Z. And I'm over here like, but you got your husband that you can cuddle up with at night. Like, that's something I desire, and things like that. That was something that I strongly desired back in the day, 10, 11 years ago, and things like that. So, I get it if you feel like you don't have anything to be grateful for. Maybe you might be in a place that again is super low. Like maybe you don't have a roof over your head. Maybe you don't have, food. Maybe you don't maybe the basics you feel like you don't have and things of that nature. So it may be difficult. And I get that. But the word is telling us to give thanks in all circumstances. At the end of the day, even if we don't have anything, if we have life, we still have something, again, to be grateful for. I know we don't see it that way. I don't think we as humans see it that way. But some do. So not all of us. I mean, there's some of us that do. Again, I feel like Mom was talking about this the other day, like when we were talking about generational wealth and how it's more important to build up your spiritual bank than it is your earthly bank, things of that nature. And we talked about how those that are quote unquote rich, right? Those that are quote unquote have everything and have access to it all. A lot of times they don't have happiness, right? They don't have joy. They don't have peace. They don't have hope. They don't have, again, the fruits of the spirit and things of that nature. But those that are quote unquote in impoverished areas, or those that are like, have the simple things in life, are happy, right? They have joy, they have peace, they have the Lord. So therefore they are richer than those that are quote unquote rich. So there are people that are examples of this, that, they may not have much, but they have all. they need because they have Christ. So just something to think about, y'all. Again, we need to be giving thanks in all circumstances. And hey, I gotta hold myself accountable. If the Lord take away all the things that He gave me this year, I still have to be thankful. And I hope and pray that I will still be able to come here and say those words to you all. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, at the end of the day, that's what the words say, and that's what we got to start practicing. Here go another verse, y'all. Hebrews 12:28. It says, therefore, let us be grateful for receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken. And thus let us offer to God acceptable worship with reverence and awe. I feel like this is a verse that I shared recently and whatnot, but regardless, again, it fits so well in this conversation because it's reminding us that, again, one, we should reverence and awe and have awe for the Lord. We should be giving Him the acceptable worship. That's why y'all see me at the end of the day. Listen, I don't know what it was about me, my husband, that put things into perspective. But since him, I feel like I've become more intentional about saying, you know what? I see this good thing, but I have to give glory and honor to the Lord. And I don't know if it was him per se, but I would say that I feel like I started to notice that I was being more intentional then. Who knows? Maybe I was being more intentional before, but what I'm saying, when I met him, I felt like it put things into perspective for me to be like, you know what? I got to give glory and honor to the Lord about this, because if I want to keep this, I got to focus on, again, who gave me this blessing and not the blessing. And it's the same for everything, right? So you guys see me giving glory and honor to the Lord for all the things. Those that saw and show love on the little foot post that shared about Vanity Fair and all the other amazing things. What y'all see? Y'all see your girl saying glory and honor to the Lord at the end of the day, because again, He's giving me the insight and the vision and the things to be able to move forward and make certain moves. And so I have to, again, give the glory and honor to the Lord. Yes, I'm thankful, right, for the different things that are in place to allow me to be able to make the moves and whatnot as well. But again, I feel like those things wouldn't be in place if not for the Lord. So again, there's all these things that we can be grateful for, and then we have to remember who to be grateful to. A lot of times, again, we like to take those things for ourselves and say, oh, I'm grateful to me. I thank me for what I've done, X, Y, and Z. And at the end of the day, I mean, you can take that route if you want to, because at the end of the day, God has given us free will. But my understanding and my observation is that isn't the wisest choice to make. It's been more beneficial for me to, again, give glory and honor to the Lord, give credit where credit is due. And as I've done that, I feel like there's more growth and things that happen. And I'm not saying just do it for the growth and the things, but what I'm saying is that I believe that that's the wisdom behind it. Again, even, I just told y'all last week, right? Or I think it was last week, that I felt led to go deeper with my giving, and things in that nature and whatnot. And I'm have to challenge myself to, I've already been divvying it out, right? I've already been like, okay, as soon as I get income, I'm making sure I'm tithing, I'm making sure I'm putting some to the side, I'm making sure, I'm doing all these things. And I'm like, okay, so I feel led to go deeper. So perhaps I need to add on an additional offering or something like that. And that's a challenge, right? To sit here and think like, okay, as soon as something come in, I need to break it up here, and, and stuff like that. But I did it for maybe like a week or so now. And it's just been a smooth transition, just like every other thing, because again, it's like I'm putting my faith and trust in the Lord to be my provider, not the job, not everything else. At the end of the day, is when something comes in, I'm trusting the Lord so much so where I'm going to, in faith, sow seeds into the things that He has, allowed me to have access to. And again, thus far as I've done that, things have grown. So just saying, just throwing that out there again, just always keeping our mind on God. And again, this in His kingdom and things of that nature. The word says it so that, all the other things will follow. So Yeah, here's another verse, Deuteronomy 26:11. It says, and you shall rejoice in all the good that the Lord your God has given to you, and and your house, you and the Levite and the sojourner who is among you. What was standing out to me in this verse is the part at the end that starts talking about not only are you going to rejoice, but your household, these other people and the people connected to you. And I see that, I can see that happening in our lives again as we give glory and honor to the Lord. People will see the glory, right? But they will also give glory and honor to the Lord. So I mean, this is ultimately the juice this morning. Again, we have a lot to be thankful for, even if you don't have 1 red cent in your pocket. If you have life, you have plenty to be thankful for. And that's ultimately the juice this morning. I know, again, we're embarking on this new year, again, a couple of weeks away, a week away from Christmas, things of that nature. I hope that you guys take some time and think about, again, what the Lord has done for you this year. Like I said, I'm going to take some time myself and do this virtually, I guess. But yeah, like every now and then it's good to just reflect on what the Lord has done. Because sometimes we think, oh, I feel like I didn't do nothing this year. I feel like, God ain't did nothing for me, X, Y, and Z. But if you take some time and really truly think about it, I'm sure you can come up with something. Even if you, again, start with the basics: life, health, strength, breathing, work, home, clothes, food. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you start with the basics, and I'm sure you can go from there and see and understand that there's plenty to be grateful for. So I hope you all are encouraged and inspired by that, because that is the juice. Now, the Bible verse of today is Psalm 28:7. It says, the Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusteth in him, and I am helped. Therefore, my heart greatly rejoiceth, and with my song will I praise him. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. There you go. Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. All right. So if you are tuned in to this part, then yeah, let's chit chat about my 2023. Again, I proclaimed that this was going to be abundant 2023. And again, it has been that. And God has gone above and beyond. I'm going to try my best to remember all the things that the Lord has done so I can share it right now. But if I forget something, again, charge it to my head and not my heart and things of that nature, because again, it is my intention to share all the things that the Lord has done this year. So if I start off with 2023, the first thing that I would give gratitude for is that, again, my son brought in the new year singing hallelujah. I shared that on I took a video of him that night, and because I just heard him singing, and I was like, is he singing? Because again, it was just after Christmas time, so it was the new year, and he was singing the Handel Messiah, a soulful Christmas, that version of hallelujah. And so, because I had been listening to it during the Christmas season and whatnot, when I was driving, hustling in the streets with Uber Eats and whatnot, and I would be listening to Christmas music and worship and stuff like that while I would be driving and whatnot. And obviously, it stuck with the kid, and he brought in the New Year's singing, Hannah, that hallelujah, and that is a memory for the memory bakes. That, again, it just shows you what it's like, what the fruit from sowing those spiritual seeds. And so, again, the very first thing that happened this year was that. I want to say in January-ish, around that time, I started thinking about doing small groups. Again, it was something I had been and I'm at Mountain West Church, and bless me. But yeah, I started thinking about doing small groups at the church because, one, again, I feel very strongly about this ministry that the Lord has given me with the Jews. again, taking time for daily inspiration, taking time for daily study has been a life-changing thing in my life. And y'all know that I've been doing this ever since April 1st, 2020. And so one of the things I was thinking about doing at that time was to start a small group with using the juice and challenge other people to challenge themselves to do 30 days of study. So I thought about that, and then I also thought about my children's book, Madam Miraculous and the Messy Laboratory. I was thinking at that time that I wanted to do a group online using Madam Miraculous, but unfortunately the platform that I was looking at the time wasn't allowing non-secular content, and I didn't realize that until afterwards, after I had signed up, and that made me so upset. I think I'm still upset about that because I just don't like censorship. I don't like the fact that you'll allow people to get on there and teach whatever they want to teach, right? It can be good, bad, indifferent, right? To children. And the parents have the right to sign up for it if that's what they want their kid to be in. But you won't allow me to do a Bible study option. My thing is, again, I just don't feel like the platforms should censor people. Like, don't tell us that you can teach whatever you want to teach, and then we get on your platform and then come to find out we can't teach whatever we want to teach. So because my thing is, again, there may be people that want my content just like there's people that want the other content. And so make it even, make it fair, let people be able to really choose and not you choose for them. So that kind of upset me or whatever. But I thought about doing the Madam Miraculous small group at the church. So it was a big, huge thing to embark on because it was my first time hosting a small group, period. And I was hosting two and everything like that. But that was an amazing thing that happened. And lo and behold, I believe that was one of the things that opened the door for another blessing that you guys know of that happened here in 2020. And that was me getting the part-time job that I have now, which is, they call me the elementary coordinator. And it's just basically, yeah. And it's been, like, honestly, I think, again, a dream job, a job that, like, is definitely what I needed. I missed, for example, having weekly income because it's been a while since I've had weekly income. I feel like I didn't have weekly income since my days at Disney. So, and I was working places, but either we would get paid bi-weekly, and then sometimes I would just get paid per gig. So depending on if my gigs booked and things of that nature, and then I started hustling for myself and doing my own business and things like that. And so, again, so to go back to a place where there's steady weekly income is truly a blessing. It doesn't matter what the amount is. My whole thing is, it's a blessing to have anything coming in consistently. So, yeah, I want to say around March or February is when talks started to happen about me getting the position at Mountain West, which y'all know now I'm the employee of the month. But back then, I was getting started with it and whatnot. And yeah, so that is a blessing that I'm thankful for and very excited about and grateful, because I feel like I'm using all of my gifts. And obviously it's for the glory and honor of the Lord, sowing seeds into these children that are at Mountain West. And I can't complain. I truly, truly can't complain. And at that time, I was debating about another opportunity that was being presented, but this felt like the best fit. And I've been thanking God again all year for making the decision, because I feel like it has been the best fit for me, my family, and I'm grateful. It's another thing to be grateful for. So obviously the job. I'm grateful for the women that joined my small group. There were like 3 that were kind of consistent with coming on Saturdays, and we just kind of met up online and talked about, their journey with the juice. I'm not sure how many really tapped into doing the challenge, but it was still nice to get to know, these women at the church and whatnot. So that was a blessing. And then the Madam Miraculous small group ended up being a hit, so much so where now the church, I'm not necessarily doing it as a small group anymore. It's just something I'm doing with the kids every other week. So we'll see if it keeps going through the spring season, but for the fall season, every other week, Madam Miraculous I was doing my group activities with the kids at Mountain West. So that is another amazing thing that has happened. If I keep going through the year, I believe after that, I ended up getting the booking for my business. The private show where the lady wanted to make the sneaker ball party. And that, again, like I told you guys earlier, launched the brand Littlefoot, because when I designed the shoes for her show, I just also took the time to just invest in the brand itself. And so now we have 2 designs that are currently out. Nikia, which means pure and faithful, which was the shoe that I designed for the show. And then Black Girl Magic, which is, again, like I said, the shoe that I've been giving and whatnot. You guys can find out more information about Littlefoot at littlefoot.com. But I'm grateful for that because, again, that has been something that I have been working on behind the scenes for a while and just kind of pausing on and whatnot. So that was a blessing and unexpected to be able to launch the brand this year and everything like that. So another amazing blessing. I haven't officially published anything this year, even though it's been in the works. I know I've been talking about this children's book, the next children's book, but I don't know when it's coming out at this point. It's in the editing phase, and there's just some things going on behind the scenes, so I'm not sure. But I have been helping other people. I feel like I helped some other people publish this year. So that's another amazing thing, and been in the talks about helping some more people as well. So that is a blessing. Y'all know that GSL has been growing and thriving and whatnot as well. The fact that we have put out shows every week for the talk show, that's a blessing. So I'm thankful to every guest, every person that, has graced the platform. Not only that, but we hit the 1,000 subscriber goal this year. So that was a blessing. Another thing to be grateful for. I feel like we hit another goal with GSL, but I can't remember what it is. I think over 1,000 videos. I don't know if we hit that this year or I think that might have been last year that we hit that one. But yeah, I think the big one this year was hitting the 1,000 subscribers. My husband had his first appearance on the God, Sex, and Love platform as well. So that was another thing. That is a blessing and whatnot. So he looked a man of his word, and he said that he would do that once we hit 1,000 subscribers, and we hit it. Hey. So yeah, I mean, y'all know that the juice has been coming out. Oh, the juice hit 1,000 videos by itself. I think maybe that was the other thing that we celebrated this year. I can't remember. But anyway, but y'all know, again, y'all have been getting the juice Monday through Saturday. I think I only missed one day this year. So I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a blessing. Again, 2 consistent shows here on the God, Sex, and Love platform is a huge blessing. The other show concepts, I know they haven't been as consistent as, again, the Juice and the GSL Talk Show, but I'm still thankful to those individuals that embarked on the journey to, launch those other concepts. I don't know. The dating show doesn't seem to be getting much traction. I don't know. Y'all don't want to date people of virtue. If you do want to be on the concept that's called Virtue Date, then email us, man. Just email us at godsexandlove@gmail.com. And let's see, can we get some, a new show together, y'all? Virtue Date. That's a concept, at least. So it's not out yet, but we need some contestants. But yeah, at least the concept has been launched and whatnot. Speaking of, another amazing thing that happened this year was none other than becoming the face of Mom Bomb. Yes, Mom Bomb asked me, yours truly, to create a character and become the face of the brand. And so you guys met Sergeant Self-Care. And yeah, so that was another amazing thing that happened this year. And I'm super thankful and grateful for that.
Also,
oh,
you can get the Littlefoot, like the Littlefoot shoes, like the golden ones or the silver ones.
Wow.
The Makia or the Black Girl Magic ones.
Wow. I got my little co-host right here. Y'all heard his voice, but y'all didn't see him. You want to come back and say hello to the people? Y'all see his hair? Look at, he got his hair done from his Auntie Nyla at his Auntie Nyla salon, and he's making this peanut butter jelly sandwich. Check out.
I'm not making that. I just make it.
NJ, well, first of all, show the people your hair. There it is. Say thank you, Auntie Nyla.
Thank you, Auntie Nyla.
Do you like your hair?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you be careful with that butter knife, sir. Lord help us. Yes, NJ is very independent. He makes his own sandwiches. It's all right, well, we'll get it later. I'm trying to think anything else to share. I mean, I'm kind of in the mid-year. So we were able to celebrate everybody's birthday this year as well. So celebrating my mom, my sister, my niece, my dad, my mother and dad's anniversary, which led to another huge blessing. Your girl got booked for the Griffith Opera House because of that situation. So that's coming up next year, but still, I mean, it happened this year, so grateful for that. I celebrated my birthday, celebrated my menfolk, my husband and son. Was able to do that this year as well. I mean, of course, we launched the Cast movie. So the Cast movie came out this year. Again, we are only on the Tivit TV platform at the moment, but we are still working to get on the other platforms and whatnot as well. But yep, that was another amazing thing that happened this year. And yeah, I was able to participate with the summer camp and do that with Mountain West. I helped out with the Christmas performance, the kids' Christmas performance this year. And yeah, I mean, you guys know about, Littlefoot, the moves that Littlefoot made, so we made the shoe circle. We also became artist of the month for Littlefoot, and then again we've been featured in Vanity Fair, and that's the most recent thing. So
my mommy is the employee of the month.
Yes, and I'm the employee of the month this month at the church and whatnot. And so yeah, y'all, that is pretty much what my 2023 has looked like. Again, when I say that GSL has kept going, that means that I've been able to keep on the people that are working with me. So I don't know if I could consider them to be employees, but I guess to a certain extent. So that means the team, I've been able to keep the team on board monthly. So thank you again to anybody that supports in any aspect. Again, it don't just come to me, it's being spread around the world, literally. So thank you for the support in any aspect. So I've been able to, again, outsource and hire people from around the world. We've been just so many amazing things, y'all. I mean, again, just again, the GSL situation by itself is an amazing, huge accomplishment. Weekly talk show, daily inspiration, monthly expenses, but monthly being able to, again, hire people. And NJ, go wash your hands and stuff, sir. And yeah, so all right, well, I won't be long y'all's time. I just wanted to go through what 2023 looked like. We're gonna see what the Lord does with 2024. I don't have a phrase for it yet, so we'll see what the Lord will call it. But what I
we'll see what
am
the Lord does for you.
Yes, we will. What I'm envisioning thus far for 2024 is travel. I feel like there's travel coming. So I don't know what all that means. I don't know if I'm just gonna go on more vacations. I don't know, but I feel like there's more me going places is coming. I feel like perhaps I don't know about we're gonna let the Lord handle my finances. I'm not even worried about that. I'm not even thinking about that, honestly.
The Lord praises you.
The Lord blesses us. NJ, watch out, you sprinkling water on mommy. But yeah, I mean, increase did come into my heart and mind, y'all. But again, I don't know what that means. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna I'm not worried about finances, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, whatever the Lord brings in, I'm thankful and grateful for. I am praying that my husband, again, starts to see the desires of his heart and whatnot as well. But also been able to invest in NJ's education and whatnot, because he's been still going to school virtually. So that's been a blessing to be able to do that week to week. And so that's another amazing thing that has happened. He is very, again, smart for his age, in our humble opinion. He can count to 20. He can, do things of that nature. And so, we're thankful for the seeds that have been sown in regards to his education.
What I was making.
Okay, that's very interesting and unique. But yeah, so but all right, that's I guess that's it. I guess we're gonna see what the Lord do again with 2024 when it comes to yours truly. But again, I'm thankful for everything he's done this year. I'm thankful for, again, each and every person that supports me in any aspect. I hope and pray that you guys are encouraged and inspired by the things you all see here. And yeah, until next time, until tomorrow, y'all have a great Monday. Bye.